Hello everyone. My name is Jackie, and I'm 21 years old, studying in marketing and advertising for about a year.
Okay, hi, I'm Jeanette. I'm turning 19 soon. So I'm studying diploma in marketing and advertising for 1 year, I think. Same as Jackie, because we are course mates.
My name is Winston Lim, and I am the head of school for the School of Marketing and Advertising, and I teach at ICT College.
Hi, my name is Radhika Sheila. I am the content marketing manager for Zafigo, a travel website for women, and I studied mass communication and ICT.
My experience in advertising industry was mainly in-house. Okay, so I was never in an agency. I was basically working on the client side, so I was actually employed by the client, or rather, a company, and I was in the marketing communications department and all that. So I worked in Sunrise for a while. Okay, that was before. That was quite a long time ago. I think 2006. I think something like that. More recently, a couple of years ago, I went to head the communications department at World Vision Malaysia.
So you need to have a mentality that you will get banned by your lecturers or your clients, because when you use all your energy to think of like one idea, and then your lecturer might not like it, and then it's just like when you go out to the industry, your client might not like it. So you need to like have an open mind, and then because something you think it's creativity, but maybe they don't think it's creative for their brand. So you need to have a open mentality lah, because you need to like accept the comments of your clients or your lecturers or your friends. So you don't get angry because they ban your idea. So you have an open mind.
Aside from having passion and discipline, because you will need to be as self-disciplined as possible, because no one has time to like micromanage or to shadow you or to teach you a lot, especially because it's so fast-paced. So you need to be able to pick up and learn on your own. But hard skills that I think will make you stand out a bit more is if you're analytical. Like, it's not just about being creative, it's not just about having strategy. If you can marry those two, you will be a very valuable asset in an agency.
You need a balance of both the analytical as well as the creative. Yeah, you definitely need both of that. All right, but the weightage of whether you're more creative or more analytical, or less creative, or whatever it is. All right, I think it's down a lot to the role that you play. All right, so if you're an account manager, then of course you probably need to be a little bit more analytical. Probably not as creative as those in the creative department, but obviously you need certain amount of creativity there. Yeah, because if you're an account manager, generally your role tends to be more relational, dealing with people, dealing with your clients. All right, being able to understand what your client wants, and being able to express all this to your team later, and having to work with your strat planners to come up with the creative strategy later, and also letting your partner, the strat planners and all that, what to look into, what to take note of, and things like that. Okay, so as an account manager, probably you need a little bit more analytical skills in that way lah.
You need to accept rejections, and from there you need to always have the mentality to always improve yourself. This way you are able to improve in many areas, maybe like creating advertisement, thinking of logos, thinking of tagline. You need to have a mentality that can keep on pushing you to improve, and this way you also are more easy to success in what you do.
I think a really good practice is to look up the agency or the company that you want to apply to, and then see what kind of work they produce, the brands that they work with, and then show them how you would do things differently, or if you have different ideas that you would like to present to those brands. At least with that, they have an idea of how you would fit into the company culture and your thought process, because it's really important that your superiors and your bosses know that you have a thought process and that it's a clear one, regardless of which field you're in. If it's strategy or creative, they need to know that you can have a thought process.
A lot of them, they see what they learn in the classroom, and then after that, when they go for internship, they do that 3 months working experience, and they are unable to connect the dots. Okay, because when they are learning in campus, it's all about learning. I am receiving, I am absorbing, like a dry sponge, or absorbing, and then suddenly when they go to do internship, suddenly they start producing and all that sort of things. And then after that, sometimes they realize that, hey, I never learned this in college and all that. How come no one taught me this? Okay, why am I told about this? Is what I learned in the college outdated, or is what I learned in the college, irrelevant? No. Okay, I think what's most important is that, of course, in college, you learn about the industry. You learn about what skills are necessary within the industry. Okay, when you go out there, it's about application already. Okay, so sometimes like, hey, how come I don't know how to do this and all that sort of things? Yes, right. You learn by being in class. You learn by absorbing the concepts. You learn by practicing and all that. Okay, but when you go out there, it's actually the real world. Right? So you're actually getting, a real hands-on taste of what you're going to be doing in the future, in years to come.
A lot of agencies are on Instagram, and so they will like post their company culture, and you can see them having fun and going out, and it always looks great. The offices are so pretty. There's always like a ping pong table, or like a little, like, they have game night and all these kind of things, and that's present. It's fun. But as much fun as you have in an agency, it's also about hard work. So you won't be able to enjoy those company benefits if you don't work hard and close those pitches.
I think when you want to consider advertising course like us, you need to really hold it in, because when you join marketing and advertising, it's not just think of something new. You need to like keep on thinking about stuff like marketing. You need to find info. So if you enter this course, you need to actually have a thought that you need to have really, I don't know how to say that, but you need to have the heart to do that stuff. So if you don't have the heart to, to know your market, to know the advertisements, so you won't actually, success really well. They should actually expect continuous thinking, I think, and then creative thinking also.
Of course, there's advertising principles. They all have to learn advertising principles, because a lot of what we do, you'll find that there are overlaps in the things that we do, especially even at a later point you realize that, okay, there is a road where PR agencies and advertising agencies converge even. We also do media research, strategy, planning, buying. Okay, so that is about media strategies. Okay, so we have creative concept development. Okay, so that one basically is about the creative process, and of course moving on towards how we actually develop creativity. Okay, and then there's also one subject called advertising campaign management. Okay, which basically focuses on what the account manager does. We've got copywriting, we've got marketing principles, okay, the principal subjects. So you learn about the industry, you learn about the kind of work we do, you learn about writing the creative strategies, all right? You learn about the other options, the other marketing communication tools other than advertising.
What I think advertising is interesting is actually you need to understand the consumer's mind, and then you need to create something that has never been created before, which I think is a very challenging part in advertising, because nowadays there are like so many advertisements, different social media's advertisements. So you need to create something unique in this advertising field. It's actually very hard for us now, because there's like so many examples out there. So I think the interesting part here is that you need to have your own creativity in advertising. You need to have your own perception on something, understand your consumers. So I found out it is quite interesting for me, advertising.
What I found advertising interesting is because like how us as a, I don't know if I can say we are content writer, but how our ideas is being shown in the advertisement can have a lot of impact in consumer world. That is what is amazing for me, like how people can feel what you want to what you want to show them. They understand what you want to show them, and they like your advertisement. Yep.
All the rumors you've heard are true about an advertising agency. There is very it's not work-life balance friendly, but that's not to say the work isn't fulfilling. Like, you work hard, but the results are worthwhile. But yeah, you need to have a lot of dedication and passion for this industry, or you will burn out fairly quickly.
I usually don't burn people's ideas down to the ground immediately. All right. Sometimes you'll find that with silly ideas can sometimes spark brilliance. All right. But of course, you have to do your background work and all that as well. You have to analyze why you are being cheeky and you're being creative in this way and all that. So you must have a reason why you are going in this particular, as we call it, creative direction. How do I make it fun? Okay, as I said maybe my sense of humor or what, I don't know. I'm a little cheeky at times and all that sort of things. The subjects that I teach in particular are usually quite heavy in content. Presentation skills or English, where you can really push the envelope and can really be creative and can really be fun and all that, have games in class and all that sort of things. All right. What I bring to the table is that real life application, that you are able to connect what you learn in class, and of course bringing in the clients. All right, and of course when you bring the clients and when students actually do real life client project, they learn by actually working on actual projects.
I think it's really critical to be analytical. Like, a lot of people, I don't think practice critical thinking. So like when you process an idea, when you produce an idea, you cannot rationalize it, and if you yourself cannot rationalize it as a creator, how are you going to expect anyone else to sell this idea? So it's important as a creator or as a strategist of any kind, really, that if you want to sell an idea, or need to be able to rationalize why that idea works. So you have to be analytical. Why does that idea work for this market? Why do you think the market needs it? Be able to rationalize and articulate why you think that is.
This course makes you put yourself out there. You are more vulnerable to others. For me, I'm an introvert person, I think, and in this course you really need to push yourself to communicate with others, to understand the market more better. In the future, you need to communicate with the clients, if you are an account manager. And yeah, there's a lot of communication you need to do in this course, and of course you need to think creatively in every aspect. And yeah, you can't, like I said previously, you can't think only from your point of view. You need to think also from others' point of view. Yeah.
Number one, I think most importantly is you have to be curious. Okay, curious to learn new things. Okay, curious to learn new things. So you're always open to the idea of learning and not closing up. Okay, I think that's one characteristic that any students in a creative communication college should have. Okay, not just advertising students alone. Number two is be prepared to get your hands dirty. In other words, be prepared to work hard. Sometimes 14 weeks is a very long time, and people get tired somewhere along the journey in the semester. All right, take a break. All right, rest. Okay, if you need to, but don't take a break so much until you forget about your work and all that Okay, and number three, I like the characteristics that someone is driven and someone is naturally motivated or self-motivated in that way. Yeah, so I think you don't need to be the smartest person in class. You don't need to be the sharpest tool in the shed. All right, you don't even need to be overly creative. So come and think of it, you don't, because that's what we train you to do. All right, some people are naturally talented, naturally creative. Some people, well, they probably need to, slowly warm up and all that first, and I guess we will be helping you to discover that lah.
This course is fun, but it's also stressful. The stressful side is because you need to, continuously have creative thoughts. But the fun side is you can come up with like crazy ideas, and you might get good results.
So the tips I want to give is that whenever you think of an idea, don't think that it's too normal or it's too unique for others. Maybe your unique ideas will be the one who has an impact on everybody. The weirder your content is, maybe it can become a new trend to others. So think more out of the box. To create advertisement or to create anything you want, you need to think more out of the box and not always following others' footsteps. You need to maybe find your own footstep in things that you do.
Don't get disheartened too quickly. The agency life is tough. Your creative directors will be a little challenging, I will say. A lot of creative directors have their own vision, and you will need to learn how to adapt. Just because they don't take your idea immediately doesn't mean that your work isn't good. It just means you need a lot more practice and to understand the field a bit more. But yeah, don't be disheartened. All in due time.